Caitlin Clark is a force of nature on the basketball court. Her laser focus, relentless drive, and jaw-dropping skills have made her one of the most exciting players to watch. She's not just a scorer. She's a floor general, a leader. Her rise to prominence in college basketball is one of those stories that captivates fans everywhere, pulling them to their seats as they watch her sink shot after impossible shot. However, this time, Caitlin's name is making headlines for a different reason altogether. The spotlight is now not only on her skills but also on a legal battle that's rapidly grabbing attention. Her lawsuit against Alyssa Thomas, a fellow basketball player, after Thomas allegedly made racist comments toward Clark. But before we proceed further, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. It started like many rivalries do, with hard-nosed competition and heated games between these two standout athletes. The tension was palpable whenever Caitlin and Alyssa faced off, each of them battling for every inch of the court. Clark's sharp, calculated moves often clashed with Thomas' aggressive physical style of play. For spectators, it was electrifying. For the players, it was war. But what happened off the court would soon overshadow even their fiercest matchups. According to reports, the alleged incident occurred during one such encounter. The game was intense, filled with its usual grit, when things took an unexpected turn. Words were exchanged, standard trash talk, many thought at first, until it became clear that the nature of Alyssa's comments crossed a line. The locker room and arena buzzed with whispers as rumors started circulating about the derogatory remarks Thomas had thrown Clark's way. It wasn't just the intensity of the game talking anymore. Something far more harmful had been said. Alyssa Thomas, known for her fierce competitiveness, isn't the type to back down from a challenge. She's often in the face of her opponents, trying to assert her dominance in any way she can. Trash talk is part of her game. She uses it to get under the skin of her rivals, to throw them off balance. But there's a difference between getting inside someone's head and crossing ethical boundaries. In this case, the comments weren't just a jab at Clark's performance. They struck at a much deeper, more personal level. As the news of the alleged remarks spread, the sports community began to react. Caitlin, usually composed, was clearly rattled. No one expected the situation to escalate the way it did, but Clark wasn't about to let this slide. She had fought too hard to be reduced to a stereotype or insulted in a way that went beyond the normal bounds of competition. Soon enough, legal papers were filed, and the basketball rivalry took a sudden, unexpected detour into a courtroom. What makes this case stand out is not just the nature of the comments themselves, but the personalities involved. Caitlin Clark is not just any player. Her rise in basketball has been meteoric, but she's done it with grace and poise, letting her game do the talking. She's been praised for her humility despite her undeniable talent. So when someone like Clark, who rarely engages in controversy, takes such a strong stand, it speaks volumes. This wasn't just about defending her own dignity, it was about making a statement. Alyssa Thomas, on the other hand, had built a reputation on her no-nonsense attitude. She played hard, worked harder, and wasn't afraid to speak her mind. But there's a thin line between confidence and arrogance, between intensity and intolerance. As someone who often dominated the conversation both on and off the court, Alyssa may have believed that her words were simply part of the game. But now, that mindset has landed her in hot water. The lawsuit brought forward by Clark is not just about personal vindication. It has larger implications. In sports, where emotions often run high and lines are frequently blurred, this case could set a precedent for how far trash talk can go before it becomes unacceptable. For many, sports are an arena where anything goes, where verbal jabs are as common as jump shots. But there's a growing conversation about what constitutes fair play and what crosses into harmful behavior. Caitlin Clark's decision to take legal action has thrust this debate into the forefront. At the heart of this situation is the issue of racism in sports, a problem that has plagued athletics for decades. While there have been strides toward inclusion and diversity, incidents like this remind us how far we still have to go. Clark's lawsuit isn't just about her personal experience. It's a stand against the kind of language and attitudes that have no place in today's game. And while many are focusing on the individual players involved, the ripple effect of this case could extend far beyond just the two of them. As both players prepare for what could be a long legal battle, their teams and fan bases are caught in the crossfire. Basketball fans are notoriously loyal, and both Clark and Thomas have their share of passionate supporters. For some, it's difficult to reconcile their admiration for Alyssa's talent with the serious nature of the accusations against her. Others feel that Caitlin's decision to sue is a powerful, necessary move in the fight against racism. even if it means taking on someone as well regarded as Thomas. There's also the question of how this case might impact their careers moving forward. Caitlin Clark's future in basketball seems limitless. She's already drawn comparisons to some of the game's greats, but this lawsuit adds an unexpected twist to her journey. Some wonder if the stress and attention from the legal case might distract from her performance on the court, while others believe this will only fuel her fire, making her an even more formidable player. If there's one thing Clark has proven, it's that she thrives under pressure. Alyssa Thomas, too, has a lot at stake. Known for her grit and determination, she's carved out a career built on hard work and toughness. But allegations like these can have a long-lasting impact. Regardless of how the case turns out, the shadow of these accusations will follow her, potentially tarnishing a career that until now had been defined by her tenacity and skill. Behind the legal jargon and courtroom procedures, this case is also a stark reminder of how much words matter. In a sport where physicality and aggression are often celebrated, it's easy to forget that the things players say to each other can have lasting consequences. For Caitlin, it wasn't just about winning or losing a game. It was about standing up for herself in a way that transcended basketball. And yet, there's an undeniable irony here. Both Clark and Thomas are players who, in different ways, have pushed the boundaries of what's expected of female athletes. They're strong, they're competitive, and they've each brought something unique to the game. But now, they find themselves on opposite sides of a legal battle that could change the way athletes engage with each other, not just on the court, but off of it as well. The legal process will take time, and as it unfolds, the basketball world watches closely. Clark's lawsuit against Thomas is about more than just two athletes clashing. It's a moment that could spark deeper discussions within the sports community about respect, competition, and the role that race still plays in professional environments. For now, both players are keeping relatively quiet about the details of the case. Clark, in particular, has chosen to let her legal team do most of the talking, preferring to stay focused on her game. It's a testament to her discipline and her ability to compartmentalize, a skill that has served her well throughout her career. On the other hand, Alyssa Thomas has been somewhat more vocal, though careful with her words. She's made it clear that she intends to fight the allegations, setting the stage for what could be a contentious battle, both in and out of the courtroom. The situation also highlights the increasing intersection of sports and social issues. Athletes today are more than just competitors. They're public figures whose actions, both on and off the court, are scrutinized by fans, media, and society at large. Caitlin Clark's decision to sue isn't just about protecting her own reputation. It's about sending a message. It says that there are lines that can't be crossed, even in the heat of competition. As the case develops, it's likely that we'll see more athletes and sports organizations weigh in on the matter. Already, conversations are bubbling up about how incidents like these should be handled in the future. Should there be stricter regulations around player conduct? Should leagues step in when comments of this nature are made? These are questions that, until recently, might have been swept under the rug. But now, thanks to Clark's actions, they're front and center. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. We thrive on your feedback, so be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, keep discovering and stay tuned.